All right, so Spring Expo, it is in the books. Just doing a little recap Reno, but not too many pickups this year. It was, the expo was good, but I had kind of already committed to a handful of deals pre-expo, and that's kind of what consumed me for this one. So I was only there the one day on the Friday. I'll go through what I sold and start with the pickups. So here's the only card that I purchased at the expo that wasn't a prearranged deal. So I only one this year. And I mean, not much to say here. Everybody knows that I like the seismic golds.
I love gold.
The previews you can get at a pretty good discount. So this one made sense. I found it in a showcase and it's in my collection for now. All right, so just a handful more, and these were all prearranged prior to getting to the expo. So this 2014 Seismic Gold first year platinum, I passed on a copy of Pavelski, over a year ago, and that one really came back to bite me. So when these pop up, sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet because some players circulate more than others. And for Pavelski, for whatever reason, he had a good little run there where I just couldn't track one down. So I think I have about 10 cards left from the checklist that I still need to complete the veterans from that year. There's 150 and I think I've got it down to 10. So I don't collect a ton outside of 2014, but I mean, some of the better players, some of the better names, players that I collect. In saying that, I don't have really any Brent Burns. So why did I pick this card up? Well, it's his first platinum card. The first time Brent Burns was featured in OPG Platinum. So it's his first seismic. And for one of the better scoring defensemen of his era, I figured, why not? Why not? Ray Bourque, when I think defenseman, he is like just chisel his name in Mount Rushmore because there aren't many defensemen I'd put above him. Like Bobby Orr, obviously. But then other than that, like it's, in my mind, he's kind of neck and neck with Lidstrom. But yeah, this is a pretty sweet parallel. The artist proof, I have a bunch of them, some of the better names, and I like the color match here that's in play. Super nice parallel of one of the greatest defensemen to ever do it. Yeah. All right. Another 90s card, another artist proof, and another player who was one of the best to ever do it in their respected positions. And these ones are sweet. I don't have too many of these in my collection. I have a handful, and I really, really like how they did the foiling on this one. It's kind of one of those cards that it's tough to show how well it plays in the light, but it's kind of got this circular pattern that it's not refracting, but it's smooth. It's smooth. So those are the pickups. And had you told me beforehand that I'd be coming home with a handful of cards, I probably wouldn't believe you just based on my buying habits at the show in the past. But for this show anyway, I guess the theme was focusing on selling, or so it turned out to be. So I'll share that. All right, so this card that I'm throwing up on screen, it's no longer in my possession, and I didn't want to have to give this one up. It's such a nice, clean design. I love the retros. Big fan of that year too, with the horizontal design. I do probably prefer the vertical copies, but this was the only horizontal golden treasures of Crosby that I'm aware of anyway. So I do have another retro. I think it was like the 21 or 22 copies. So I figured I would share some joy and part with this one, but sad to see it go. All right, so here's the other one of one that I parted with. I like the black finite one of ones from Panini, but I'm just not, I don't know, that this die cut design just never really did it for me. So I was torn, but it's not a huge gut punch parting with this one. And there you have it. So those were a couple of the bigger cards that I ended up moving at the expo. And I did actually also stop by the Slab Sharks booth. So I dropped off a handful of cards for consignment. So the next upload I do here, I'll show you what exactly it was that I dropped off and how the items did in auction versus my expectation. So until then, may your wish list become your acquired list. Out.